privilege this afternoon to introduce our preacher. Now, I have not had the distinct privilege of hearing Reverend Johnson preach, but I have talked with people who have, and they have told me we are in for a treat. I know it's always dangerous when someone says that, right? Reverend Johnson is a graduate of Albright, class of 1991, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome him today to deliver this year's Baccalaureate sermon. Reverend Johnson currently serves the people of historic Tinsley Temple United Methodist Church in South Philadelphia as senior pastor, where he told me this afternoon as we were coming up, which is where he was raised. And so he is now having to preach to his own Sunday school teachers. I will let him tell you the stories. We are quite fortunate to welcome this esteemed alumnus and his wife, an alumna from the class of 1992, and current Albright trustee, Dr. Sharnita Ziegler Johnson, to campus today. On behalf of the entire college community, I offer Albright's gratitude and warmest wishes to the Reverend Robert L. Johnson.
To Dr. Fetro and to the faculty and staff of Albright College, to the one person in the room who I have to recognize while I can't go home, to my wife, Dr. Sharnita Johnson. Amen. See, y'all laughing, it's real. It's a long walk to Philadelphia, amen. To the class of 2019. To the class of 2019. Y'all acting like y'all ain't got no place to be tomorrow. I just have one rule, and that rule is just simple. Enjoy this moment. And I'm not your average preacher. But I'm gonna say what I have to say, we're gonna do what we have to do, and then we're gonna be out of here, amen? And then y'all quick. Y'all quick. The quicker you can get a pastor down is to get with them. In the book of 1 Corinthians, the second chapter, the 9th to the 10th verses, it says, this is what is precisely written. God has prepared things for those who love him, that no eye has seen, no ear has heard, or haven't crossed the mind of any human being, that God has revealed these things to us through his Spirit, the Spirit that searches everything, including the depths of God. I need you to touch somebody this afternoon, and excuse my language, but say it like this: you ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come. Now, since y'all ain't got it right, you need to grab your neighbor, and you need to grab somebody by the hand, and you need to yell at them and look at them. Say, listen, you ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come. If you believe that, give the Lord a hand clap of praise. You haven't seen nothing yet. To the class of 2019, I've come to give you 3 words of encouragement and 1 word of warning. And the reason why I've come today to give you 1 word of warning is because you have to understand that even though there is a tomorrow of graduation, you cannot get the complacency of graduation to get you to a place where you stop moving. In the text, we have to understand that this is not a period. It is not an exclamation point, but what it is a comma. And the comma is really saying that there is something to happen after this. Now, some of you in this room, if I can have a raise of hands, those who are the first generation to graduate, raise your hand. First generation. I got news for you. I would like to congratulate you. And the reason why I want to congratulate you first is because you are the ones in which right now that your family is looking to bring up the next generation. And I know that for some in this room, not all, but for some, it has been rough. Can I get a witness? It has been rough. For some of you, the nights have been hard. The work has been tough. Am I right? You've had some ups and some downs. Parents have really been pinching their pennies and trying to find how we're going to pay for this. Amen. You've had sleepless nights. Your pocket has been hurting. Your wallet has been draining. Amen. Come on. Y'all, listen, we ain't got Rockefeller in the room. Some in this room, parents included, you are looking at your child, your grandchild, your niece, your nephew. You're looking at them with awe and amazement because doors have been opened for them that you could not imagine when you were their age. But you ain't seen nothing yet. Class of 2019, let me be honest with you. You ain't seen nothing yet because there is someone that has been pushing you from the very moment of your conception to this very hour. You ain't seen nothing yet because there's doors that are about to open, windows that are going to be cracked, and stuff that's going to happen because I got news for you. God has blessed you to this point. Now, I don't know who you believe in. I don't know whether you go to church, and frankly, that's not up to me. But I'm here to tell you, you didn't get here by yourself. Can I get a witness? If you look at your parents, they won't tell you this, but secretly at night they've been praying for you. They've been sending up your name on somebody's, not on the chat line, but on the prayer line. That while you were sending email, they were sending Nemo. That while you were up here having a good time, they were at home trying to balance the checkbook. But I got news for you. The last bill has been paid. They ain't paying for graduate school. You're on your own. The last bill has been paid. Every T has been crossed. Every I has been dotted. Tomorrow is your day. But for right now, right today, if you got somebody in this room who helped you to make a way out of no way, you ought to stand up right now and give them a hand clap. If your mama here, if your daddy here, if your auntie here. Now, Dr. Fetro, I would like to quote from that great theologian Nemo. If you remember in the movie Finding Nemo, Nemo was always trying to prove that he could do what the big fish could do. And his dad was always protective of him. He was always telling Nemo, you're too small. Nemo had a disability. One fin was smaller than the other. And his dad wouldn't give him the chance to swim. And what happened was Nemo got lost. But Nemo's dad found some friends that were going to help him find his way to get back to his boy. It seemed almost impossible. But sometimes in life, you've got to look at what's impossible and understand that God can make it possible. I'm a living witness. No one would ever expected that a knucklehead from South Philadelphia could come to a place like Albright and graduate. There were people who, if I can get back to Nemo, remember when Nemo got trapped in the aquarium in the dentist office? Watch this. Nemo was trapped in the aquarium, and Nemo had a dream that he could get out of the aquarium, but there was somebody named Scar. And Scar tried to keep Nemo in the aquarium. You better watch out for your scars. You got some folk who thought you would never be here today. You got folk who counted you out, who talked about you, who told your parents you couldn't get here today. But now, how they like you now? How they like the fact that you've done the work, that you got here. It had not been easy, but you made it. Can I get a witness? Folk turned their back on you, but you here. Folk talked about you, but you here. But you know what happened? What happened was that Nemo never stopped trying to get to his ocean. You better break out your aquarium and get to your ocean. Can I get a witness? Because there's something about getting to the place where you belong. Well, Johnson, let me tell you, eyes have not seen. There's some folk who can't see your potential. There's other folk who won't look at your potential. But I got news for you. God saw your potential. God saw you when you were in your mother's womb. God was there with you from every step of the way. And he started opening doors. He started making ways out of no way. I know for some of y'all, this does not apply. But for the 3 people I'm talking to right now, you know what sacrifices have been made. You know what God has done for you. And if you know that God has done something for you, you ought to give God some praise right now. If you know that God has made a way. But watch, I'm going to get a little bit deeper. Let me get a little bit deeper. He made a way for your parents so that they can make a way for you. You got to understand, and if you talk to your parents, they will tell you that their parents made a way for them. God has always been opening doors for you and making a way for you. And you may be the first in your family to graduate, but you won't be the last because you ain't seen nothing yet. Yeah, I may not be able to go to graduate school right now. Everybody say right now. But later on, I'm going to get there. And if you got to go to, who's going to work? Who's going to go to the workforce? If you're going to the workforce, do me a favor, please. Don't settle for the outside office. Aim for the corner office. Don't just be a secretary, be a CEO. Can I get a witness? Don't work for the company. Own the daggone company. Because you ain't seen nothing yet when God gets ready to do what he's going to do for you. Ears have not heard. Ears have not heard. Who's graduating? Ears have not heard. When you were ready to give up, when stuff got tough, when nobody else could hear, God whispering in your ear, telling you, you can do this thing. When he was whispering in your ear, telling you, don't you dare give up. I put some stuff inside of you. I know it's rough. I know it's tough. I know you sometimes don't have no friends. I know sometimes you got to do dark days, and sometimes you don't know how you're going to make it. But just when you think you're ready to give up, that's when nobody can hear God encouraging you. That God says, you are my beloved child in whom I'm well pleased. You didn't get this degree from mama and daddy. You got this degree to show the world that you made of some tough stuff. You got this degree today to tell some people that I'm class of 2019, but you better watch out because the best of my life is about ready to come. And nobody heard God say and whisper to you, don't you worry, I'm gonna pay your bill. Don't you worry, you're gonna get it through this. And nobody heard God telling your parents, I'm gonna make a way out of no way. You just write the check. You're not going to miss a meal. You don't understand when God whispers and tells you something. He's not telling you for kicks and giggles. He's telling you because he's going to make a way out of no way. Now, here go the hard part. Nemo got out of his aquarium, got back into the ocean. But Dad had a problem. Remember, Dad got caught up in the net. Remember? You remember the net? Nemo's dad said, keep swimming down. And I said, Lord, you want me to tell these people keep swimming down? I said, that don't make no sense. They're supposed to keep swimming up. Then the Lord said this. The Lord said, I do crazy math. The Lord said, listen, I add by subtracting. I multiply by dividing. I said, what does that mean? I can't understand that. You know what he said? You're not supposed to. Listen, can I be honest with you? Let me be straight up. Everybody listen to me. Everybody who left you along this journey was supposed to leave you. Let me say that again. Everybody who left you on this journey was supposed to leave you. Because he couldn't bless you until he got rid of some of the dead weight. Everybody say amen. Friends, when you listen, you're going to graduate tomorrow, you're going to go back home, and folk ain't going to recognize you. You're going to look different. You're going to look stronger. You're going to look wiser. Because you know there's something inside of you that's bigger than all your problems. Can I get a witness? There's something bigger inside of you than the stuff that's on the outside of you. You better walk with your head up tomorrow. You better walk like you better listen. In South Philadelphia, we have a stroll. In South Philly, when you walk down, I know most of my friends by the way they walk. Everybody ought to have a stroll. Ladies, from this day forward, you ain't seen nothing yet. Walk with your head up. Walk proud. Because God is ready to do something miraculous in your life. Gentlemen, understand this. You have one of the greatest gifts that God could ever give you. And that's the gift of being wise. Make wise decisions. Remember, no one gives you anything. Everything you want, you have to earn. And then, the best is yet to come. Do me a favor. Party for me. Have a good time. Whoop it up. You deserve it. Amen? Amen. Listen, you done sat here for 15 minutes and looked at me politely like nothing's gonna happen. You ought to make some noise because God is, it's okay. You're a graduate now. You can make noises. Can't nobody fail you. Huh? You can make noise now. Thank you so much. I got parents making noise because they know y'all out the house. But look at her. She said, oh yeah. See, if y'all ain't gonna party, your parents is, amen? Dads are like, it's the last paycheck, this is the last check I'm writing. Mom's like, you got that right. Some of y'all gonna go home tomorrow, and guess what? Y'all gonna find y'all room been turned into a walk-in closet. And he's over here looking like, really? We gonna do that, really? My daughter is leaving this fall to attend Hofstra University in New York. I'm looking for the class of 2019 of Albright College to break some ceilings for her. I want you to bust some ceilings open and break some doors down so that my daughter can know that she can be all she could be because of what you did in your life. My son will be leaving next year. He going somewhere. We don't know where he's going, but he going somewhere. And when he leaves and he graduates, I want him to know that he can stand on the shoulders of those in the class of 2019 of Albright College who opened doors and bust out windows and made a way out of no way. And I'm ready to take my seat, but I came all this way to tell you that you got some stuff inside of you that nobody knows yet. You don't even know what God is going to do in your life, but when he does it, it's going to be miraculous. And then all of a sudden, don't sit there and act like you did it yourself. You've got to give God all the praise and all the glory because he did it for you. And I got news for you. There may be some, I'm not sure, who have heavy hearts during this graduation because there have been some folk who are not able to be here with you. But I got news for you. As it was at my college graduation, you got a cheering section in heaven of grandparents and aunties and folk and brothers and sisters who couldn't be here today, but they are cheering you on and saying to their counterparts up in heaven, that's my granddaughter. that's my great-grandson, that's my niece, that's my nephew, that's my brother, that's my sister. And they're telling the devil, you better watch out because the best is yet to come and you ain't seen nothing yet. Yeah, it's time to celebrate. It's time to get hyped. It's time to get it on. It's time for us to stand up and praise God from whom all blessings flow. It's time for somebody to say, I finally made it. I need somebody who ain't too cute, who ain't too shame, to stand up and say, I'm only here today because of the grace of God in my life. I need somebody to give God a hand wave, a hand clap, a hallelujah. You ought to slap somebody high five and tell them, I made it through. I made it through storms and rain. I made it through difficulties. I made it through. You ought to slap somebody high five and tell them, I made it. I'm not, listen, you said I was too fat. You said I was too black. You said I was too poor. But how you like me now? But don't sit down yet. Don't sit down. The best. Now, before you sit down, I need you to grab somebody by the hand. Just grab them. Just grab them. Faculty, staff, grab them. Everybody in this room, you may not even know the person whose hand you're grabbing. But everybody in this room has got to realize that we're all interconnected. Everybody is connected. And some of you will be like Dory. You'll forget professors after a while. And some of you, and some of you will understand the reason why you swim down is so that you can break the net. Break the net. Get out of the aquarium. But understand, you ain't seen nothing yet because my destiny is tied to the hand I'm holding. God bless you. Congratulations, class of 2019. Let's make some noise.
You don't bring church to the house.
Can I do one thing? Let me do one thing. One thing before we go. One thing. There's a man I need to thank. There's two, really. One's gone. His name was Dr. Marlowe. He's gone. On my time here at Albright, in the class of 91, we had an awesome group of folk who surrounded us as minorities and just as campus as well. But there's a man who I've never forgotten, who through all of our struggles and all of our time here was always a friend to all of us all. And last year I didn't get a chance to thank him the way I wanted to, but this year I am. Dr. John Pancrantz has always been somebody I had admired. Because he had his own journey. He had his own struggle. And to see him go through what he went through with such grace and loving everybody. I said to my wife, I said, when I grow up, I want to be just like him. She said, don't grow up because you can't be like him. I would have never made it through if it had not been for people like John Pancrantz and also Dr. Brenda Ingram Wallace. Don't take with you just a degree, but take with you the experience of these folk. Because I am who I am because I stand on the shoulders of men like him. So I want to publicly thank you for what you've done for me and the myriad of others that have come through. And do me a favor, never dispel anybody's journey because all you're looking at is their cover. Read their pages and see what they're all about. Thank you, Dr. Pancrans, for all that you have done for me. All right, Doc.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Wow. 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 Come on, come on. This is what the old folks say, we just had church. We just had church. The Reverend Johnson, thank you so much. On behalf of the